Everyone talks about law of detachment from relationships, detaching from a man, but you know where the real power lies? When you detach from other people's opinions. The moment you stop needing approval from the outside world is the moment that you live the life on your own terms. That's what you were put here for. We were given all the power, all the potential we'll ever need. We were put here to discover it. Too busy focusing on what other people would think to actually discover that. And what a tragedy that will be if you get to the end of your life only to realise you've lived on the terms of other people's approval. The best thing about it is these people don't even care about you and you're living on their terms. Hi guys, it's Lucy, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about how to actually detach from other people's opinions and why it is so incredibly important that you do to really live the life you want. I'm going to start here. You have to stop putting people on a pedestal. This is your life, this is your film, this is your one chance. You're a literal side character in your own film. Do you know how insane that is? These people that you care about their opinions, who are they? Genuinely take a minute, because you've probably never done this, to really sit down and think, who are these people, please? What are they actually contributing to your life? Are they adding to your happiness? Are they adding value? Are they contributing? Like, what are they doing? Please inform me. What are they doing to be so good that you have to live your life revolved around them? Not true. And I think this is genuinely why people are stuck, because they're not asking themselves this question. They're just going along with everyone else because everyone else likes to please everyone else. Worst thing you could do in this world is conform. Just living life like everyone else without actually thinking, where are these people going? Like, what are these people actually doing? Are they actually doing what I really want to do? Are they living exactly how I want to? If they're not, why are we following them? We need to really take a step back and be like, why am I living the way I'm living? Why am I following these people? Literally living like a puppet on a string to somebody else. When your happiness is based on somebody else, they are literally having you on a string and you're giving all your power to them, not actually tapping into your power and realizing that it's all within you. You don't have to give it to somebody else. This happens all the time, not even just in relationships, but in general life. You cannot expect other people to bring you happiness, other people to bring you value, because then you're on a string. Once these people decide they can't be bothered to make you happy, or wake up in a bad mood, or they don't want to value you, or they don't think you're attractive, that's you gone. Your happiness is gone. Your value is gone. This is what happens when you put people on pedestals. It's not about going about thinking you're better than anyone else. You're not better than anyone else, but you're not below anyone else. Spiritual beings, we're connected. God gave you all the power. He gave you all the potential. It's within you. You don't have to desperately run around seeking for it, because that's pushing it away and you're not doing yourself justice there. You are literally disrespecting yourself. You're telling yourself you don't have that within you. You have to rely on this man. You have to seek approval from everyone else because you don't even approve yourself. You know how much that is going to lower your self-image? You don't even trust yourself. You probably don't even know yourself. Like, do you actually know how much power you hold? I don't even know you and I'm telling you how much power you have, how much potential you have. But it's no good me saying this if you don't realize it. You have to realize this for yourself. Any great leader will tell you, any religion will tell you, all the successful people will tell you. It is within you, but it's down to you to realize this. You know, you need to know what you want to do in this life. You need to decide what makes you happy. You need to have goals for yourself. You need to live the life for you, and you need to have tunnel vision on this. But these other people's opinions, you actually don't even have time to entertain them. And I think if you're so focused on other people's opinions, you're not doing enough for yourself. You need to focus too much on being a better person yourself, living the life that you want to live, that these people don't affect you. You don't have time to care about what people are saying. And you know, there's a great quote from Tony Robbins. He's such an amazing man, that we don't experience life, we experience what we focus on. Think about that. When you're focusing on other people's opinions, that is what you're experiencing. If you're too focused on that, that is what's going to grow in your life. Where your energy goes, that's what grows. Imagine if you flipped that. Imagine if you're too focused on your own goals, on improving yourself, and that's what grows. That's what now becomes your life. And I'm telling you this firsthand. You know, I don't even recognize the person I once was who cared about what people thought. I'm telling you now, anyone who knew me at that time would be able to tell you I lived for other people. You know, when I hit rock bottom, where were these people? They were nowhere to be seen. You know, these people couldn't help me. I had to help myself. I had to bring myself out of that situation. I've had to provide for myself the life I want. And do you know how I did that? By healing the relationship with me, by dedicating so much time to improve myself. I didn't have time to focus on other people. Now, I hand on heart could not tell you what somebody who is not close to me is doing in their life. I couldn't tell you. I don't have time to care. Actually, do not allow gossip into my life, because I know that if I give my energy to that, that is what grows. And why would I be giving my energy to something that is not affecting me? Only affecting you because you're letting it affect you. You're letting this drama into your life. And then once you bring yourself the happiness, once you value yourself and all these things that you're chasing on the outside, once you get them within, you'll then attract the right people. You'll attract the right friends. You'll attract the right relationship. You don't need to chase. You know, affirmations aren't enough. I'm sorry, but affirmations aren't enough. I'm going to say it because people, when they're talking about manifesting, they're talking about affirmations. You have to be careful about who you're listening to. People will tell you to just say every night, I am confident, I don't chase, I attract. You can't just say that and then continue to check if the boy's active on WhatsApp or wait around all day for a text off somebody. That's not going to work. Them affirmations, they're not going to work. You have to physically act. You have to physically do what you're saying you're going to do. One, this will build your confidence, because confidence comes when you keep the promises to yourself. And two, that's the only way affirmations will work. If you physically show your nervous system that that is who you are. Words in your consciousness are not going to do anything unless you physically feel it with the feelings. You actually act the way you're saying, and that's when affirmations really work. Don't fall into the trap by just thinking you can say these things and not act. That will never ever work. I promise you that won't work. One time when I was so focused about what people were saying on me, I said to my therapist, I said, no, I can't do that because they're going to say this. She said, okay, who are you going to explain that to when you're on your deathbed? You know, when you don't do the thing that you feel you have purpose for, when you don't do the thing that you really want to do because of what somebody else might think, when you're on your deathbed, these people are no longer around. It's you with you. You'll have to face yourself and say, I didn't live the life I wanted to because I was too scared what they were going to say. And they weren't even living the life I wanted. You know, when you really think about it, how tragic is that? How tragic is that you can change it round? And if I could change my life around, anybody can. And I mean that with my whole heart. And you're not scared of failure. You're scared of other people's opinions. You know, failure is not even in my vocabulary and it shouldn't be in yours. Failure is only a thing when you accept it in your reality. When you have a defeat and you now say, okay, I failed, you've accepted in your reality that you failed. Now you're labeled as a failure. So now you've got this belief that you're a failure and you're going to say, okay, now I have to be realistic. Being realistic is a fear of disappointment. Being realistic is the most stupid thing I've ever heard, because realistic is different to everyone else. Banish that and banish failure. You know, your defeats in life, they're there to serve you. You have a goal and you're making actions towards these and things are going wrong. Look at the defeats and say, okay, what can I learn from this? What actions can I do here? How can I change this round to still get to the goal? The goal doesn't change. You've not failed. You might just need to reevaluate your actions or what you're telling yourself. Or ask the right questions. You know, too many times people are thinking, this is always happening to me. Why is this not gone right? Why don't you twist that and say, okay, what can I do with this? How can I let this improve me? Every defeat in life is there to serve you. It's not a failure. Your problems in life will teach you the most. And this is the problem with people trying so hard not to have problems, and that is the tragedy. Problems will teach you things that nothing else will. Problems will make you stronger. Problems will make you a better person. Don't run from problems. Don't be scared of problems. Be grateful. But you have to look at the problems and ask the right questions. You know, say, what can I do with this? How can I let this grow me? You have to switch the fear. You know, now I am so terrified of just going along with the crowd and not living the life I want. That terrifies me way more than the fear of judgment. Way more. That terrifies me so much to get to the end of my life and realize I just conformed with everybody else. I just lived like everybody else when they didn't even know where they were going. But that terrifies me too much. So the pain that I associate to that is way more than the fear of judgment. And you need to do this. You need to associate so much pain to going along with the crowd, to listening to people who don't even care about your opinions. You need to physically put pain to that, and then you won't do it. This will push you to do the things you want to do, because the thought of living on other people's terms is too scary. The scariest thing of all is to get to the end of your life and realize you didn't unlock your potential. You didn't live the way you wanted to live, and I'm telling you, the people that you're scared about their opinions, they won't be there. Ask yourself, what are these people adding? If they're just adding negativity or judgment, then you don't want them in your life anyway. Get rid. It's good if they show these colours to you. It's good if they judge you, because then you know, okay, you're not meant to be in my life. And what would I gain from listening to you? Okay, I'll be put back in my comfort zone, not realising who I am. So you have the power of me. Nobody should have power of you. You need to have your own life. This is with relationships now. You know, in a relationship, you have to have your own life. You have to have your own value, own happiness, and they need to add. It's so important that they just add and they are not your whole happiness, because then you've given them all the power. All this power and potential that God gave to you, you were born with unlimited power and potential. Nobody can actually tell you what you can do, because they don't even know. You don't even realize what you're capable of, so why the hell would anyone else be able to tell you? What audacity do these people have to actually tell you you can't do a certain thing? They have no idea. They have no idea. Where is their evidence? Where is their evidence? Please, I'm begging you, don't give away your power and your potential. Other people, it's there for you. It's there to use it. People are allowed to add to your life. Don't settle for anything less. The only reason you'll settle is because you're telling yourself the wrong story. You're telling yourself you don't deserve it. You're telling yourself you need this. You won't find anyone as good as them. Are you joking me? Are you actually joking me? The only reason you're thinking this is because you don't even realize what you're capable of. You don't even realize what you're holding inside. So no wonder you're thinking that. Once you actually realize and detach, actually getting excited and lighting up at the thought of it, because this is what happened to me. As soon as I actually detached and I had goals, I had a vision, I knew what I wanted to do, and I really evaluated, who the hell am I listening to here? Because they're not in the place I want to be. They're not living my dream life, so why on God's green earth would would I be listening to you, please? And if you really take this advice on, actually feel the energy in my body. I am so excited for you because this is just the beginning, and the freedom you'll feel. You know, to be able to do the things you want to do and not have that fear of judgment, you need to make the promise to yourself that you're not going to give up. You're never ever going to give up, therefore you're always going to succeed. You're never going to accept failure. You're never going to give up on yourself because you're the only person that's actually had you throughout your whole life, and you're disrespecting yourself. You're the only person you're ever going to truly fully have. This is how important it is that you really discover who you are, because that's all you'll ever truly have. All the cars, bags, people, whatever, they will go. When you die, it's you with you. Just like when you were born here, it was you with you. When you die, it's you with you. So you need to live the life for you. You need to appreciate you because it's all you're ever going to have. And another thing, if these people who are having these opinions and judging you are hating on you, one, do you realize how much energy it takes to hate someone? So take that as a compliment. You know, these people are actually putting so much energy into you. This is why it's crucial that you don't hate anyone. You know, let go of the hate. People do horrible things. People have hurt you in the past. The more you hold on to that, more energy and power you're giving into that. You need to just let it go. Let people do what they're going to do because they're going to do it regardless, but you need to be so focused on yourself that you don't have the energy to hate. You don't have the time to hate. You know, you're not the same person you once were. There's people in my life who have treated me so bad. For a while I hated them. You know how much energy that was using? How much of my life that was taking over? For what? As soon as I let that go and I've really focused on myself, I can't even explain how freeing it is. My energy no longer goes to them. I no longer even think about them because I'm too busy and I know they weren't meant for my life. And that's fine. And I'm glad I saw that side. I'm glad they did the things they did because it saved time. You know, I'd rather know that now than in 10 years' time find out that. I have to let go. And you know what will annoy your haters more? You succeeded. You live in the life you want to. You being so happy without them and without other people's opinions radiates. You know, you can't lie about this. You can't say, I'm living the way I really want to when you're not. People can feel energy. We're all energy. People can feel it. You cannot lie to yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your energy will show it. You don't live for people's opinions or validation. Your energy will show that. You don't need to do anything. I promise you, your energy radiates. And the highest form of vibration you could ever be on is being authentic. That's the highest vibration there is. Imagine the things you'll attract into your life when you're on the highest vibration. The sky's the limit. And if you actually take this on board, I promise you, the changes you'll see in your life, unbelievable. You wake up free. You actually physically feel free. The world is yours and you have everything you need within you. Once you realize it, you will be so powerful beyond words. That is it for today, guys. I really hope this video helped you. You know, I'm so passionate about this topic because it changed my life like night and day. I actually can never look back, and it'll do the absolute same to you. And I'll keep uploading every single week things that really help me change my life. I hope you go away from this video excited and relieved because you have everything within you right now. Live for you, and that is so radiating. Bye.